All right, we got another check that came. This one came from the CFPB, not to me. It came to one of my employees, and it was due to the Lexington Law settlement. Now, you might be saying, well, Steve, why would one of your employees go to Lexington Law for credit repair when you're a credit repair company, right? And after doing an interrogation of her, guess what? She didn't go for any credit repair services at all. Now, deep in the filing of the lawsuit, a lot of people are not aware of this because what most people do is they just hear Lexington, the credit repair side, or creditrepair.com, and then they just go crazy over, what the CFPB said about the way that they had their billing practices. Well, deep in the lawsuit, and you can do this research yourself, so you don't have to take my word on it. You should always do your own research. This is actually what kicked off the whole thing with Lexington Law, but what made it easier for the government to be able to sue them was to attack them on their billing practices. But all of the complaints, if you look into it, the complaints came from a lead generation company, which was part of Lexington under a different name. This is what they were doing. They were advertising to low-income people saying that you can get an apartment. When people called a number to try to get the apartment, they said, we need to get your credit reports. When people got their credit reports, then they would tell them that they didn't qualify for getting the apartment, that they would have to go over to Lexington Law, or they would refer them over to Lexington Law to get their credit repaired. Or if they did not want to get forwarded over, with some people, they would just move their name and information over to Lexington Law, and then Lexington Law's telemarketing staff would cold call people knowing that they had gotten turned down for an apartment, but I put in quotes, turned down for an apartment, because I'll speak on that in a second. Knowing that they got turned down, the person was going to be more motivated to perhaps take Lexington Law or creditrepair.com's offer to work on their credit. Now, here's the big part of it. So you're saying, Steve, why are people complaining? They got their credit reports, and then Lexington Law knew that, they got their credit reports, and they knew that they wasn't going to get approved. And also they probably knew that they wasn't going to get approved in the beginning anyway, that they had issues with their credit, because that's why they're seeking out that, all of these other options rather than going through the regular route to get approved for an apartment. Here's where the problem came in. No apartments ever existed. I'll repeat that again. The whole thing was a ruse to get people to phone in about an apartment that never existed, or about a flat or house to be rented, all of that stuff. It never existed. As a matter of fact, when there was a credit monitoring service, it was called Pro Credit, that I had with the credit repair shop. They didn't send us leads, so let me first be upfront. They did not send us leads. We were using their monitoring service. They were shut down by the at that time, I think it was just FTC. CFPB wasn't formed yet at that time. They were shut down, and they had been doing the same thing. They were advertising out to people saying that you can get this apartment, and people would call the number. They would say, you got to have your credit reports. But you see how they're setting people up. Got to have your credit reports. Once they saw the credit reports, they said that they didn't get approved. And they were sending that stuff over to Lexington and the other one. I don't know. They never sent stuff to me. And, I've seen advertisements where they'll be like turned down stuff. And we just shied away from them because of that experience. I was like, some of these turn downs could be setups, just like they'll have turned down for auto loan. People applying for auto loans knowing damn well they're not going to get approved. People applying for credit cards knowing that they're not going to get approved. People applying for all type of stuff knowing that they're not going to get approved, and those companies sell their information to companies, and they call people back knowing like it's like an insider trading type deal. We don't participate in nothing like that. The way that we do it with our company is we advertise for credit repair service, advertise to help people get out of debt, advertise to help people with their lawsuits, advertise to help people who are getting letters from debt collectors. We're straight up transparent. Some people don't respond because we're not trying to, talk them into stuff, but that's fair. That's fine because we don't want that type of customer anyway. We want a customer who is going to be thoughtful and understand that we need to be transparent, but they also need to be transparent. So I just wanted to get that information over to you. And I got another video that's coming soon. Credit scores. As of today, I just saw a news report from consumer agency saying that credit scores are going down at the fastest pace since the 2008 recession. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch video What Makes Us Different so you can see my 8-point validation process, my 2-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website the3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports and all 3 scores. If you have debt collectors coming after you, I'm going to give you 2 choices. You can do the free choice where you can get the 3 letters. I do ask for a donation on those. It's well worth it, but I understand you might have a limited situation, but it'll save you time, money, frustration. I think that's well worth a donation. Or you can go to summersmaster.com with your debt collection letter, upload it for $27. You'll get a debt validation letter that will stop most debt collectors who buy your debt from coming after you. It's only $27, well worth it. It's like going into my head and seeing that, and it's just asking these questions based off of your letter, and it's going to craft it, and you just need to send it out certified mail. If you have debt collectors suing you, go to summersmaster.com, upload your summons in one PDF file, one, not multiple files, PDF file into Summons Master. Just like, again, going into my brain saying, hey, this is what they're saying, this is how you respond, this is what they're saying, this is how you respond. Put together fully formatted response to every allegation and a defense to win your case against these debt collectors. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel. Post your questions and comments to Stephen A. Williams, President, founder of thecreditrepairshop.com. Thank you.